Well, what do you think about what we've been following here in Seattle with this arena project and the Mariners' opposition to it? First of all,
I think it's a little bit surprising. I think many of us were caught off guard by the Mariners' opposition to this stadium project. It would seem as if when teams in the same city are working on stadium or arena type deals, usually they collaborate. Usually they view it as value positive for everyone involved. But here there's a distinction, and possibly, as some have speculated, maybe it's over a TV network, a regional TV network that could be a divisive issue, or maybe it's because of the genuine concerns that the Mariners appear to have in terms of traffic and environmental issues. But it's definitely surprising, and it's a unique turn in the sports world of sports business.
How big of a deal is that in an arena project or a stadium project, as far as you're concerned?
It can be a big deal, Chris. Environmental issues can very much slow things down.
What have you seen in the past with other projects as far as environmental protection?
I suspect these concerns can be addressed. Usually they are. Traffic is something that can get addressed. I don't see this as a deal breaker, but it is a deal slower, which is also pretty damaging.
But it sounds like, in your mind, these things can drag out even longer than 10 to 12 months.
Well, sometimes with environmental protection issues, and it depends on the local agencies and their processes, but normally it requires more studies in terms of environmental impact. What impact will it have on the water? What impact will it have on human footprints? Issues like that, where environmental groups, for good reason, are concerned about the impact that a stadium or arena would have. And to the extent that those are real problems for this deal, they'll have to be addressed. There'll have to be changes to the stadium project. There'll have to be changes to the traffic impact.
Have you looked at this at all in terms of the amount of money that now is flowing with regional sports networks?
Yeah, Chris, I think this is the best route for owners to make a lot of money off their major investments in buying a pro sports franchise, is to be part of a regional sports network. We clearly saw in the Dodgers that the asking price of the Dodgers went to $2 billion, and a little bit over $2 billion if you include everything. I mean, that's huge, right, in terms of what was bought in, what was required to buy the team versus what Frank McCourt got. Frank McCourt, of course, who had real issues in his ownership. He was basically kicked out by Major League Baseball in terms of, he still made a big profit. We saw it in Boston. We've seen it, where there's a regional sports network, New York, Texas. So I think this is a big issue, and it could be a sign of how franchises in the same city are going to have to work these issues out, where they all want a piece of the action, and they want to make sure that they're getting the best stake possible.